This week we are learning eyelet stitch, and you're going to need an erasable pen to get started. Okay, so just draw on a circle onto your fabric, just freehand is fine, and then put a dot in the middle. Now eyelet stitch requires a tapestry needle. I've just got these ones, size 24. You can use a bigger one if you want to. Tapestry needles have a blunt end, so they're perfect for this because you don't want to be stabbing your fingers in anyway. Okay, so put it through the fabric and just give it a wiggle. Basically try and make a hole in the middle of your eye there. So wiggle it around again until you're happy with it. Obviously if you're using a bigger needle, the hole will be a little bit bigger. I've got size 24 tapestry needles here, and you can just use whatever you've got. So I've already put some thread onto my needle, 3 strands as usual, tied a knot in the end. Now the eyelet stitch, you need to remember to start on the outside and work towards the middle, because that way as you pull the stitch through, it'll help to maintain that hole a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to work the stitches around the edge of the circle. Now obviously the air erasable pen should disappear once we finish, but a lot of the circle will be covered up anyway. You can do them as close together or as far apart as you want, it's entirely up to you. Kind of depends on the project that you're doing, really, I guess. But basically you need to just keep working around the circle. Now I could speed this up, but I actually decided that I wanted to do a nice slow stitching one this week. So you're going to see me stitch the whole thing here. So I'm just working around that circle, and you can see when I move the hoop a little bit that the hole is still visible. Now by the time we get to the end it might not be quite so visible because we're obviously filling it up with thread, but don't worry, there's a little trick I can show you at the end to do that. On IGTV this week, because there's little tutorials over there, you'll see me doing the stitches slightly closer together than here. So if you want to have a look at that, head over to my IGTV page. I'm at Hello Hooray blog on Instagram. And yeah, so if you want to see what it looks like, you can just head over there. Tutorials are normally posted around about lunchtime, so if you're watching this first thing on Friday morning, you might have to wait a little while, but I promise it will be there later. These are really fun to stitch actually, because you can kind of feel it building up. It's nice to kind of see it grow. Like a lot of stitches, I guess, it's nice to sort of just take your time over it and see it kind of coming together. It's really nice. So I'm keeping the stitches a little bit more spaced out here. You could leave bigger gaps if you wanted to. I think it really just depends on the kind of style of it that you want for that particular design that you're doing. But they're really, really nice. I actually have done this one before because I've been working on a big commission recently. And this is a new one that I learned for that. And it's fab. So this isn't the first time of me doing it. Often it is, isn't it? If you've been following the Happy Stitch project along with me since January, you'll know that a lot of the stitches on this hoop, it's the first time I've done them. And I hope you're enjoying still learning the stitches but not having a project every week. Thanks for your patience with that. Just had to change things up slightly to make it work for me and around my family and things. So yeah, I will use this in a pattern at some point for you. So stay tuned. Sign up to the newsletter if you haven't already as well, as you'll find out about lots of exciting things there. Okay, so I'm just tied at the back and trim that off. And now what we're going to do, because the hole does feel like it's kind of blocked up a little bit, I'm just going to grab my tapestry needle and wiggle it again. Give it a nice little wiggle. Now it's up to you how far you go with that. Obviously I'm using a fairly thin needle. If you used a thicker one you'd be able to have much more of a visible hole. It's quite small in there, but I think the effect is still really nice. So that's it for this week. That's eyelet stitch.